Told stories of the pandemic is not on the virus itself, but the other kinds of illness it's spreading.
Alcohol and drug addiction was already flourishing when the pandemic began, but the isolation it's caused has made recovery even harder. Last night we explained how the pandemic has created a perfect storm for those battling addiction, and tonight how two people are battling back. In a recovery world where the fear of COVID battles the fear of addiction, there are those who are struggling and yet those who are winning.
It's been an incredible challenge.
Mark is in his 15th month of sobriety.
Yeah, so I sought out alcohol.
Lisa has been sober for 7 months.
Yeah, I would drink anything that had alcohol in it. My preference was vodka and wine, but really anything. Once I got that in my system, any type of alcohol, I would just keep drinking.
Both Lisa and Mark have achieved their sobriety through the Retreat. It's a 12-step recovery center based in Wayzata. Both live in sober houses, but they admit staying focused during the pandemic is a challenge.
Just trying to establish, my own footing and continue to get the things that I need to treat my recovery properly and give that the attention it needs, all while trying to live within the guidelines and trying to do my part to keep everybody around me safe.
The pressure, the isolation brought on by social distancing, business closures, and job losses have simply led many in recovery to give up.
We're seeing a lot more relapses that are happening out there due to the isolation related to COVID-19. The virtual meetings that people go to are okay, and they're helping, but they're not the same. And so there are more people who are alone, trying to find their pace in recovery, and it's very difficult.
And sometimes pop culture, including YouTube, doesn't help.
Mommy drinks during COVID-19 because I have to homeschool all you little slippery suckers. You're all in a different grade with a different level. I have one computer for 3 of you.
The media says, stay at home, drink wine, moms drink wine, or homeschooling, drink wine. It just feels like sometimes the society does put that out there, that it's okay to drink right now. What else are we going to do? We're stuck in our house. And so then I just used that as a way to justify and rationalize my increased consumption of alcohol.
A recent survey of 5,400 adults by the Centers for Disease Control found 13% had started or increased substance abuse during the pandemic. And new research by the Wellbeing Trust and the Robert Graham Center says as many as 75,000 people will die from drug and alcohol misuse and suicide, all tied to the pandemic. Lydia Burr of Hazelden Betty Ford says one of the challenges for those in recovery is finding meaningful connections with others to stay sober.
Attending mutual support meetings, working with a sponsor, and finding fellowship after those meetings as well, whether it's in the form of, getting coffee or a meal together. Those are all things that people really aren't able to do right now.
Unless it's virtual, online.
Zoom does a great job attempting to replace that personal experience, but there's a certain shared energy that comes from sharing a room or a space with somebody that we're just not getting.
But they know those personal connections will return, and staying in recovery, even if it's online, has big rewards.
This has been the best year that I've had, I can honestly say, in the past 5 years of attempting to get sober.
And I talked to one man who's in recovery who says as bad as 2020 has been for everyone, he considers this the best year of his life because he got sober. And you're going to hear from him. His name is Zach. We're going to talk to him tomorrow night. And we're also going to expand on what Mark was just talking about, and that is recovery groups and how they've all moved online. Hazelden Betty Ford is doing it. The Retreat, they're doing it too. And those logging in say it has been an absolute lifeline for them. And if you feel the need to reach out yourself to any one of these recovery programs, we've put the links and information on fox9.com, and I've got it on my Facebook page too.